Hello everyone, Yuki here with another video. Today this is a video about the Otaku game switch. It's a pretty versatile switch. You're able to hook up SCART and component on the same one. I saw this on the Retro RGB channel. Bob, he was doing his review on it, and he gets pretty comprehensive review on it, and I just wanted to say it does work, and it does work quite well. And his statement of it being just a dumb switch is actually quite true. I have component going in for Xbox and PlayStation 2 on input 1. Then I have component on Super Nintendo. That's right, my Super Nintendo is component modded, and that's going on 2. And then I have on input 3 is the Saturn, and then my other SCART consoles, and including the Mister, which I'll get into in another video. And on the output, because the OSSC on AV2 doesn't like a lot of different signals. It pretty much does RGSB and I believe YPBPR because it's component. I figured I would use the SCART instead. In retrospect, I probably should have used AV3, but then I would have to get a VGA switch to have it in conjunction with my Dreamcast. But using these BNC cables, and I used a BNC female to RCA male coming out, I am going to get YPBPR 750. It's hard to see, but I am getting 720p on this screen. This is my 4K TCL, and it looks rather nice. It looks pretty good. And I've been throwing signals at it through this setup for the last few hours just to test everything out, make sure that there's no signal degradation, there's nothing changing. And no, the switch works perfectly fine. Using the BNC to SCART on the OSSC is perfect, but you know, if you don't have anything VGA, you're probably better off using probably the BNC to VGA or even SCART to VGA on the AV3 and the OSSC, because AV3 just takes like every signal. It's probably the most versatile port on the OSSC, but just using this right here, it works pretty well. As you can see now, playing CVS2 in 480p, and don't let the SCART connection, scare you guys. It did pass its 720p signal. That's what the desktop was. Well, not desktop, the dashboard. That's right, the dashboard for the Xbox on mine is 720. So this does pass a 720p signal. So it just, the OSSC just doesn't look at the plug and say, oh, this is a SCART connector. It just says, hey, this is the signal that I'm locking into. And even though it's hard to see here, it is YPBPR 525 31 kilohertz signal. And it works great. So this switch is not that expensive. I opted for obviously the RCA and the SCART because I have consoles and systems that do both. And I haven't tried out whether or not you can output both at the same time. I don't believe you can. There is a toggle switch that lets you. And also I did notice that this has looks like a DC plug. I don't know what it's for. There were no instructions that came with this thing, so you kind of just figure it out. It's not that hard to figure it out. It's just a mechanical switch. But I don't know if I guess if you don't have voltage or something, maybe you plug something in there. But it seems to be working fine without it. So it cost me about $60. Had to wait about 3 weeks. Came from Hong Kong, and I live on the West Coast, so it wasn't that bad. But yeah, it's definitely worth it. So if you have a lot of, consoles that are either component or you have RGB Scart, this guy will do it for you. One output going to the OSSC, and now I have everything going out through one output. And with the OSSC having profile set up, it's very, very, it's a very nice way to set everything up. You get about, what is this, six input and 2 different outputs, but I think you can only use one at a time. But even so, I believe the RCAs is pretty versatile. You can use this. It's a lot cheaper than buying a whole nother SCART cable, male to male. Anyway, guys, if you have any questions or comments, I can post down a link below to show you the exact place where I got it from. Do expect it to take about a couple of weeks, but it's well worth it, and it's pretty easy to figure out. And I like it so far. And the OSSC married with this, it's like a match made in heaven. Anyway, guys, catch you later.